So after Uncut Gems came out, Adam Sandler said if he did not get nominated for an Oscar for that movie, he is going to do a movie giving his worst performance of all time. This is his direct follow-up to that movie. So is this his worst performance of all time? Let's talk about it. So Hubie Halloween is a unique Adam Sandler movie in the fact that it's Adam Sandler in a comedy doing a stupid voice with his friends. So it's not really a unique Adam Sandler movie, and I don't really want to hate on the guy because majority of his movies, well, not of late, but in the past, I really enjoy a lot of his movies. Like Happy Gilmore, I really enjoyed Just Go With It from about 10, 15 years ago with Jennifer Aniston. Big Daddy, I think, is a phenomenal movie, but a lot of his movies, I think, are complete crap. And from the very first line in this movie, I thought the first startup, it started off really well. We got to see Ben Stiller again, who I just love Ben Stiller, so that just put a smile on my face. And up at that point, I was like, okay, maybe this will be a good movie. But then Adam Sandler talks, and I didn't really hear what he said, but then he spoke again. I was like, oh crap, Adam Sandler's doing a stupid voice, and every time he does a stupid voice, 9 times out of 10, I don't like that movie. Big one that stands out to me is Billy Madison. Everyone loves Billy Madison. I hate Billy Madison. I seen it for the first time this year, and it was an absolute chore to watch. I think it's about an hour and 25, hour and 30 minutes, and I felt like that was such a chore to watch. And his voice sounds so similar to this movie's voice. But the question I asked at the start: is this Adam Sandler's worst performance of all time? Honestly, I would say no. I would still say Billy Madison is Adam Sandler's worst movie as well as his worst performance. Honestly, if you had a gun to my head and said you can either watch Hubie Halloween 10 to 15 times in a row or watch Billy Madison, honestly, I would rather watch the Hubie Halloween because at least there's some enjoyment elements in that because I really don't like Billy Madison. Some of the stuff I really enjoyed in this movie is some of the jokes work really well. One in particular is he's got this thermostat that is it's a Swiss Army knife. It reminded me very much of Inspector Gadget, and every time he took it out, something new would happen, and that always lended itself to a pretty funny joke. Also, his mom goes to some thrift shop at the start of the movie and picks up a lot of t-shirts that have very obvious sexual puns to it that for some reason she is not getting. All that was pretty fucking funny. A lot of it, every time she would come on screen, I would like to quickly pay attention to her t-shirt to see what it said because they were all pretty much fucking hilarious. One in particular said, you were in my fart zone, and it's just the way she wears them, she's so casual about it, and it just works really well telling that joke. But one of the downsides to the humor in this movie is a downside that majority of Adam Sandler movies have, and the fact that it's just fart jokes, vomit jokes, puking jokes. Literally at the start of the movie, he takes a drink and then he heavily CGI heavy, a vomit train just goes flying out of his mouth and he just continues cycling. Really didn't work. There's one point in particular where I'm blanking on his surname, but it's Rob something. He's just sitting there and he's peeing, or someone's peeing in the middle of the street, and that is the joke, is someone's peeing in the middle of the street, and that's not really humor in my opinion. I don't think that was funny. So a lot of those jokes really fell flat for me. Not only did I say Adam Sandler's voice was absolutely ridiculousness, his character in particular I wasn't really a fan of. He's meant to be an all-round good-natured guy, but I just didn't like the amount of crap he took from people, and that's just the fact that he takes so much crap from people made me not like him anymore because he just sits there and takes it. His love interest in this movie, I think it was Violet Valentine her name was, but it's played by Julie Bowden, I think her surname is. She's Claire in Modern Family, and it was actually good to see her with Adam Sandler again. I think last time we seen them two together wasn't Happy Gilmore. I don't think they've done any other collaborations since then, but I'm just a fan of her from Modern Family, so it was good to see her in a movie with Adam Sandler again. But her character, I just thought was ridiculous. She has some kind of relationship building in her mind with Adam Sandler, and I just really didn't buy it because his character is just so odd. I don't understand why she would fall for him, and for the length of time she had fallen for him, I just was baffled that was a thing. They also have a lot of younger actors in this movie, and I just kind of like that because a lot of them were from Disney Channel from the time I was watching Disney Channel. Like we had Peyton List, I think her name is. She's also now in Cobra Kai. She was one of the standouts to me as well. You had that woman, she was Anne Farmer, I don't know her name. Just a lot of the old TV stars from Disney Channel. Really, I was like, oh look, there they are. It was just good to see all them on the during this movie. It was pretty cool to see like a younger cast as well as the older cast. Kevin James is also in this movie, and he is really hit or miss for me. Sometimes he's great, like I like him in Hitch. Then you look at Paul Blart Mall Cop, which I haven't seen in years, but from memory, I didn't like him in that. He's got a weird perm, and you can clearly see that it's a wig. And I love the way he's look with this movie because it's meant to be a joke. It is ridiculous, and it just works for me in that aspect. Now, this is a Halloween movie. As far as I know, this is the only horror movie or Halloween movie we're getting in the month of October. And for that rate, the fact that I had so much relying on it, the fact this is our only Halloween movie, I found it to be disappointing because I would love to see a little bit more horror. I know we're not going to get that because it is a Happy Madison production movie, but I would personally like to see a little bit more horror in this Halloween movie. Now, I've given some of the great stuff I actually liked, well, not so much great stuff I enjoyed about this movie, and some of the stuff I didn't enjoy was kind of the story itself. I kind of found it to be very bogged down. There's about 6 or 7 storylines coming from all different places. Like there's a romance between some teens. There's all different subplots with all these different people. Actually, no, it's not. What's his name? Ray Liotta, as far as I know, it's his name, from Goodfellas, makes an appearance in it. He was pretty much a standout just because of who he is in this Adam Sandler movie, so that was pretty cool to see him in this movie. But as I said, there's just so many subplots, so you couldn't really focus in on one story. It's like a werewolf story and everything going throughout this movie that just really bogged it down. I really couldn't focus on the one story because there's so much being told as well. Just the main story with Adam Sandler, I just really didn't have any interest with it. I felt like it was just a bunch of sketches from like Saturday Night Live put together just to have this be one Adam Sandler movie for him to have a good bit of fun. But can I recommend this movie to you? And in all honesty, I really can't. I didn't get enough out of it to recommend it. Like, as I said at the start of the video, I would rather watch this 10 to 15 times than watch Billy Madison. But that's not really saying much because Billy Madison's crap. If I wanted to put an Adam Sandler movie on, I would probably go for the other ones I listed at the start of this video. Like a Happy Gilmore, like a Big Daddy. This was probably down one of the further ones down my list because even though I had fun with it, even though the cast is great, this cast is surprisingly great for a Netflix Adam Sandler movie. I don't think I would rewatch this anytime soon. Now waiting to see, next Halloween I'll end up putting this on just because to get into the Halloween mood. But if you have seen this movie, let me know your thoughts on Hubie Halloween in the comments section down below. Also, if you want to see more horror content from me in the month of October, I've got a Chucky ranking and possibly an It franchise ranking. So if you want to see both those videos, make sure you click that subscribe button so you can see them in the future. And as always, thanks for watching.